Hey. Okay, so let's have a little chat, shall we? In the past couple of weeks, I've been noticing something strange, something that I reckon needs to be addressed accordingly. You see, I get tons of comments a day, some good, some nasty, and then there are some who just felt really negative. And I want to address the unhealthy ones, those who are negative, because negativity can be contagious. The biggest and most frequent comment I see is always something along the lines of, I will never be as big as that channel, or I produce way better videos than that channel, why is that channel getting all the views? Or YouTube is unfair. It is dead. It only promotes bad channels. And those are just the ones who speak up. What about the ones who don't? Like you, who are watching right now, feeling that way after watching your competitor's channel blow up. Believe me, I understand what this is about and what this all means. Because I have been there, done that, and sometimes I still do too. But this is actually the reality, and I think I can help you feel better in some way. Or maybe YouTube may be helping you soon. I am not sure if you noticed, but recently there's been a rise in different content styles. One that suddenly took off under our nose. We're quite used to seeing over-the-top videos, full of exaggeration and challenges and fast-paced videos. But it seems like this is changing, and I for one welcome that. You probably already know who Life of Riza is. Her videos are very cinematic, very meaningful, very deep, and lots of effort is put into it. And because of Life of Riza, I noticed there's a rise in such content, with each of them all actually gaining lots of attention. Here's another one that pops up on my recommendation, Chloe Shy. A video like this is very similar to Life of Riza. In fact, Chloe said she was inspired by Life of Riza, so you can see the style is very similar. And then I happened to stumble upon another one, Your A Plus Life. This is not inspired by Life of Riza, but I just want to take a moment to just let you watch for yourself to see how simple this video is. No editing, no fancy lighting, no exaggeration, just a girl talking about reality. And these three, after watching them, makes me feel motivated. It makes me feel good about myself. It makes me want to do things at my own pace, but still accomplish things. And funny enough, their thumbnail and title, it is not something most people would recommend. Because titles and thumbnails like that, they don't really get clicks. Like Your A Plus Life here, it goes against everything a good thumbnail says. Don't just take a screen grab, don't add too much text, ensure you have good lighting, look at the camera with a sad or a happy or excited face. None of that applies to this thumbnail, and I am so happy to see this video do so well because this proved to me a lot of things. That at the end of the day, titles and thumbnails are a matter of preference. A video just needs to be put in front of the right audience. So why are videos like this working so well? If you ask me, they proved one thing to me, and that is that big channels do not always win the game. YouTube does not determine the game, but the audience do. Let me try and explain why. I haven't mentioned this before, but for the past couple of weeks, life has been moving at a really fast pace for me. It is almost to the point of burning out, not from creating content, but from life. Don't get me wrong, I am happy with my life, but at the rate the world is going right now with an unforeseeable and unpredictable future, life can get stressful. And at this point, entertainment videos don't entice me anymore. I'm not in the mood for it. I just want to know if there are others out there who feel this way, and I want to unwind and calm down a little in this hectic life. And I don't think I'm alone in this journey. In fact, there are probably many people out there who are struggling financially or working 3 jobs at once just to survive. So what these people need right now is serenity, peace, calm moments. I just wish things would slow down a little to regroup myself. And I think the demand for this sort of content inevitably changes the YouTube algorithm as well, because it is learning what the audience wants, which kind of proves that this game can be beaten if you play your cards right. I always think there's a cycle to any market. When there's a pandemic, everyone is stuck at home and wants to try and be an influencer, and any channel that talks about how to start a YouTube channel blows up. But now that the pandemic is over and we're out in the open, that idea is no longer in demand, so those channels dwindle down and go back to normal. When people first watch MrBeast's video, it is new, it is refreshing, and never seen before. But now that everyone is copying and everything feels familiar, things are winding down, and I won't be surprised if his content style fades away too. What I'm saying here is that it doesn't matter if other influencers have much bigger reach than you. They too can fall if they rely too much on the same thing for an extended period of time. Because people do get bored. And quite frankly, in my opinion, the best influencer out there is still, hands down, the one who is able to make themselves relatable. I feel like if you want yourself to be relatable to your audience, you need to grow with your audience. Sure, most channels tend to focus on one particular hobby they enjoy, such as gaming, but from my own research, the most successful influencers tend to grow with the community they build. The one person that really comes to my mind when it comes to growing with your audience is PewDiePie. When he first started his YouTube channel, he was just a kid who enjoys playing games, making lame jokes, and silly reactions. But if you have a look at him now, he is all about slowing down in life, soaking in the experience and what's important, enjoying life, and of course, starting his next chapter in life. The videos he creates now versus what he created back then, they look so different that one might even say his channel is dying. But to me, to be a content creator or influencer that allows you to switch up your content as you wish, and have the audience grow and mature with you, that to me is the pinnacle of being an influencer. I mean, just have a think. Imagine 10 years later when MrBeast is in his mid-30s and he still talks like that and behaves the same way he is now. He might, but it'll feel weird because he's no longer that cool guy the younger generation looks up to. Partially because his audience grew up as well. And I don't see how MrBeast can transition from his current content to something more mature. It is just difficult. But he can always quit and focus on his other businesses, of course. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is, I know some of you are already thinking that, this is not going to affect you, that you do whatever you like, and you won't become like others, and you just want to be yourself. But from what I can see and gathered, this type of people tends to be the minority, and they are usually the ones who speak up. I do know there are many of you watching right now who don't comment, who don't engage with me, yet feel demoralized or even jealous of those other channels who do not put in as much effort as you do, but they're doing better than you. And if you fall into that category, I encourage you to leave me a comment below and just let it out. Let the frustration out and vent. You're entitled to vent because you know what? I feel this way too most of the time. And usually it is because of two reasons. The first one is I kept watching my competitors and learning from them, but at some point I got distracted and I started comparing instead of learning. I started looking at only the negative side of things. I became nitpicky and kept trying to find how they are wrong and how I am better. But the reality is, I'm just jealous of their success. The second reason is the noise left in your videos. Sometimes the viewers themselves will indirectly compare you to other similar channels out there and leave nasty comments. I actually have one as well off the top of my head. This guy, he tends to comment on every video of mine like a true supporter. But soon I realized he doesn't watch my videos at all. He would comment about the first minute or so of my video, then proceed to spill out all his thoughts about how subscribers matters to his channel or how his new strategy works really well for his channel. Basically, he's using me for self-validation. And this type of person can affect you mentally. They'll make you doubt your own direction, thinking that maybe you're doing something wrong, that's why your channel isn't growing. The more I read comments like that, the worse I feel about myself. And so now, as soon as I notice people like that, I don't ignore them. I just say thank you, good job, then I move on. It makes a huge difference when you learn the art of ignorance, ignoring people who deserve to be ignored. But anyways, I don't want to babble too long. I hope this video makes you feel better, and just remember, focus on building your own community. They may not be as big as others, but they are far more valuable than anything. So don't let numbers be the judge of how good you are doing. Let your community be the decision maker.